Truth Man here, and the channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subject channel. So today we got a decent amount of videos coming up. Cause tomorrow we ain't gonna do no videos. I don't know about Saturday yet. You already know Sunday Sermon Live. But I want to talk about being self-sufficient and not being too reliant or needy on people. Something that I always talk about is very important to escaping the matrix. And here's why. Because people gonna die. People gonna get mad at you and move on. People gonna turn against you for no reason at all. It's a lot of different reasons why you want to be able to stand completely alone in life and still enjoy life, still play your video games, still go out to eat, still go to the movies, still go fishing, still to go and do whatever it is that you want or like to do, regardless of what changes in life. What if you the last person left out of your close family? You gonna stop living, you gonna stop taking baths, showers, shaving, you gonna stop getting out, you gonna stop going grocery shopping. Yeah, I know we got Instacart now and DoorDash that both do grocery shopping, Uber Eats. But you might be the last one left, and you gotta make good use of your life. Or you may end up, who knows what could happen, you may end up being alone. Like, divorce causes that sometime, where the family just split. The family split. Like, you might be one of the ones that stay with this person and all the rest go with this person. And so now you feeling bad about it, you know. Man, it's so cold out here, man. And there's ice everywhere, y'all. Give me a moment. Y'all see what I'm talking about though, right? They all want to stay in this nonsense. You gotta like this, or you gotta have an indifferent attitude towards this. I don't like being cold. So I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from experience because I already know I learned long ago as a kid that being by yourself has to be better than being with other people. It was times when we was little, and some of y'all know about this because it probably happened to you, where you get into it with one of the guys and all the little buddies, the little friends, take his side. And so you be like, cool, I ain't finna hang with none of them. You go in the house, you play Atari 2600. At least that's what we did back then. Nintendo, or whatever you got at the time. Like, man, get them. And then sometimes it get into a thing where I ain't saying nothing to them until they say something to me. But I also knew sometimes you gotta apologize. And sometimes you have to accept the apology. I always knew that. Like, it was a dude in my neighborhood, right? It's like, I was fighting his buddy before we got cool. We ended up getting cool. But me and him never really got into it or nothing. Like, we never really like had a major issue with each other, right? And I told y'all about this. One day it was a big fight. It was a 2-on-2 and everybody else was watching. And I was one of the people that was watching. When his guy pulled out the gun, they all ran. I looked at it like, man, me and him don't never have no issues. I ain't had nothing to do with it. I just put my headphones on, tried to walk away. This Negro was like, man, you was with him, man, you in it. I said, man, I was just watching, man. That was 2-on-2. That was straight up. That was a head-up fight. No, man, you was in it. Dude swung and hit me. So I squared up with him, we got to fighting, but I'm watching his boys, because all of them was still there. All mine ran. So I got a lick off him. And when I got that hit off him, all of them start coming in. I look like that. He hit me right in the nose, y'all. Bust my nose and, yep, bust my nose. Hit me like right here. Bust. I said, all right, now I'm finna run too. I took off. So I see him the next day. I really should have got my revenge, but here's the thing. I mean, he knew how to box, but he couldn't beat me. He ain't stand a chance. Too little. And to me, I thought about it at night. I said, because if I would have fought him, that feud would have got even worse. We already was going back and forth with them. It was escalating. It wasn't to the final climax battle that we had with them where it went down, y'all. I'm telling you, it was a major fight. And all the grown people on our block was watching. They came on our block, y'all, even though it was their neighborhood too. They came on our block and man, it went down. My mother was even out there. She came out there at the end. But I thought about it like, I need to fight him. But then I thought about, okay, this person was fighting him. This person's fighting him. Me and him it really was never an issue with us. He fought a couple of my guys. So I said, man, should I fight him? I said, all right, I'm gonna fight him. I come out. He comes over there. Comes over there now. And he says, man, I thought you was in it, man. I apologize, man. I'm so sorry, man. I don't want to fight you, man. I'm looking at him like with a mean look. He put his hand like, said, please, man, I don't want to fight you, man. I look up, like, I bit my lip. I said, all right, man. We shook hands. Now get this. This is one reason why it went down so cold. And it got bad. So one of his buddies, another dude from our area, well, he really was from the other side of town, and he was one of the reasons why I didn't like for a while, I just didn't like dudes from that side of town, because even going back to the elementary, when they came to our school, it was always a problem. Like, I didn't like dudes from this particular side of town. So some months, maybe even a year passed, it was a whole nother summer. It was the next summer after that. And we was like, we got a little cool, just a little bit. So we said, all right, man, it's New York versus LA, right? They was LA, we was New York, if I got it right. So it's just play fighting and stuff. But then it got serious. It got serious, and next thing you know, we planning to fight. So I ain't gonna lie, I kind of planned it out. I was one of the major ones. So they'd get mad at me if they knew that. But it was gonna happen anyway. Like, man, we'll fight y'all for real. He's at the store. Me, two of them, They still trying to play. I'm like, man, I don't feel like playing, man. That's over with, man. Y'all took that too far, is what I said. I'm like, they talking slick. So I said, man, we'll fight y'all for real. So something had happened between one of the dudes that I saw at the store and one of my guys. There's like, oh man, this getting for real now. And so I told y'all about parts of this too. We was at his house. I'm like, we ain't lifting weights or nothing yet. We just talking about it. And so we got to lifting weights. He turned on some music. I'll never forget it. The song that was playing, he was playing that Heartbeat. It make me feel so weak. Back then, it was the 90s, y'all. So I said, I ain't gonna lie, man, you gotta fight such and such, the dude name that he fought. And so we getting pumped up. We go back on the block. Here they come. He went right after him. They got to fight one-on-one. We said it's going. I'm gonna just like this. Let them fight one-on-one. Head up, right? So my guy, he had my guy in the headlock, and my guy got out, and he looking around. He forgot which direction he was in. Man, that's one of the hardest punches I ever seen somebody get hit with. I was going crazy. I was like, oh, woo, woo. I was jumping up and down. Like, man, he fought the ass out of him and blah, 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 blah. I think they got mad at my reaction because I still was celebrating it. They all jumped on my guy. I said, uh-oh, we all got to fight. Well, not all, because some of our guys wasn't doing nothing. There might have been a couple of their guys that wasn't doing nothing, but a lot of them. So when I hit one of them, another dude hit me. I went after him. Here he go pulling out that gun again. That dude was crazy. So in my mind, I thought he would shoot somebody in front of everybody. That's why they all ran last time. Because dude didn't care. He didn't care about going to jail. So he pulled out that gun. I'm zigzagging. I run in the backyard. I'm like, wait a minute. He ain't shoot. So I got a board. I got a board with some nails hanging out of it. And when I came back out, they was all jumping on one of my guys. The one that originally was fighting ran off. And so it was 2-on-7 for a while. It was me and one of my other guys against all of them. They had him pinned against the house. He was fighting back, but they was jumping him. Because he beat up a lot of them dudes. He was punching them, just all kinds. So they finally looked at it like this is our chance to jump him. So I came out. I believe I hit somebody with that board. Because the board ended up on the ground. And I'm like, man, get off him, get off him. Me and him just fighting all of them. All of them. Like some of our guys, they became goons later. But they wasn't really helping in that fight. And two of my guys that would have helped, one of them got so mad he wasn't there, he escalated it again. I came out, he fighting all of them. Because he was mad that they did that. So he wasn't there. My other guy, he was lazy. He probably was in the house with his shirt off watching TV. And so it was like 2-on-7. And I told y'all about that time that I got into it with one of my cousins that he tried to bring up something when he was little. He was there and didn't help. That's one reason I got mad at him. And he knew it was, I'm trying to fight 2-3 dudes. Remember how it was on the Avengers? That scene where it was just showing all of Thanos' kids just jumping each Avenger? That's practically how it was. And we had people out there and they wasn't helping, man. So it's me and him fighting all of them. All of them. Taking shots, giving shots. He liked it to wrestle, so he was throwing people on the ground and stuff, but it was just too many of them. It was like 2-on-7. So But I learned as a kid, make your own decisions. Be self-sufficient. Rely on yourself. Be willing to rely on yourself. Because if you don't, what if you stand all alone? What if you get out of college or something, get out of the military or anything, and you move to a city and it's just you? You might not want to go back to your original city. You move to a city and it's just you. You got to be self-reliant. You got to be 1,000 friends to yourself. 1,000 friends to yourself. And I ain't get that from nobody. No Matrix coined that. 852 213 25. This would have been my anniversary, y'all. This ain't no anniversary. Hey, listen. Ain't no anniversary. Nothing against it. We try to get along. As long as we don't talk about certain stuff like money and like relationships. The reason why money becomes an issue because in her mind, I should be doing what I always did. In my mind, things has changed. She should be contributing. And big keep caps lock, things have changed. What worked in 1999 is not going to work today. You have to be practically making $200,000 and not buying nothing. So you got to be self-reliant. You got to teach your kids to be self-reliant. If you got a kid, like you a man, you got a son that acts timid, you got to put him in situations where he by himself. Make him take out the garbage. Make him do this. Make him walk to the store. Be careful with that though. These people is crazy, man. You don't want to go too far with it. Some of y'all live in areas where it's probably shouldn't walk to the store by himself. But you got to teach your kids and your daughters too. Like, I think every girl should go to college. Don't rely on sports. Don't do nothing manly. Don't be MMA, none of that. Just go to college. Get you a specialty. Go from there. A lot of these people know who to mess with. And when you comfortable by yourself, I don't care how big you are or small you are, it's like you're gonna give off a vibe that's gonna make people take notice. It's gonna be like a warning for them. When you acting all scary and nervous when you by yourself, somebody liable to start something with you. When I'm by myself, it don't matter because I'm a one-man army. I ran with a crew, y'all. It was a mob of us. But I never really, I came to their rescue, they came to my rescue a couple times, but I never really needed them per se. Oh man, I had something on my lip the whole time. Now watch that, you got people circling stuff on people's lip and stuff. But you got to be self-sufficient, man. You got to rely on yourself. Now, don't take this as giving everybody else a free ride and a free pass. Sometimes you got to make people contribute just because it's right. Like, that's one of our arguments. Like, okay, so things change sexually, this, that, and the other. But you don't want to change the things with the bills and the expenses and stuff. That's one of the things, like one of the discussions that we had. You know, I don't, like, they keep saying, well, I ain't going there, I ain't going there, blah, 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 blah. Man, this is not for me. Some people like this. All this snow everywhere, driving slow, skidding out and stuff. I don't. In Atlanta, they playing around in it because they don't get it too often. But I'm like, I need to move somewhere where it don't snow. Very, 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 very little or not at all. No ice. Temperature rarely ever drops below freezing. That's my ideal weather condition. You say, man, it's going to be 150, 115, 120 degrees. That's fine. I'll deal with it. I'll get me some what do they call it? Sunscreen. Put it all over my whole body. Like I'm a white person. And call it a day. Give me a bucket of ice. Stick my fist in it. One fist, this fist. Put it on my head for a couple seconds. Both shoulders. My knees. And keep it pushing. I'm liable to be a mailman or something. Somewhere you gotta be outside. I work in corrections, I'm probably gonna have to be outside sometime. Gotta be self-sufficient. I can live by myself. Of course I'm gonna miss my kids, but I could do it. Don't y'all hate when y'all get them jagged nails? They want me to act like I'm the abominable snowman or something. But you gotta be able to be that way. Y'all notice some of the best content creators is almost always by themselves. Be by themselves, walking, talking, completely comfortable. Look at Black Ram when he be doing some of his content. Look at Darius M. Plenty of them. Coach Greg, Dr. BOA. Ain't on no panels. Me. Those get used to, when you get to a certain level of mental toughness and a certain state of mind, you get used to being by yourself. Then you become self-sufficient. But anyway, I gotta pull out. It's 9 to pause. It's 9:01. Gotta get started, y'all. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in for more videos.